everyone, Emily from NextMinute. This is just a short video to explain how you can add your team members into NextMinute as a user. So the first thing you want to do is scroll to the very bottom of the menu bar, head into your admin section, and then head into the users section. Now from here, you've got an invite user. So you hit that button and you're going to enter in the name and then the email address of that employee. Now, it's really important here with the email address. If you are syncing your NextMinute account to an accounting software, for example, Xero, and you are running payroll out of Xero and you would like to sync the timesheets from NextMinute into Xero, you need to make sure that the email address in both systems match. So if John Smith is logging into his Xero account to download his payslips, whatever email address he uses to log into Xero should be the same email address that he uses to log into NextMinute. Coming across, you then select the role or the permission levels that you would like to grant. My recommendation, always start with a basic crew member. This gives them enough level of access where they can log in and see the jobs and tasks and they can enter their timesheets, but not much else can happen within that level of or permissions. If you would like to give a higher level of access or a lower level of access, we're able to help customize a role for you. We can build custom roles. It's pretty simple, but the basic crew member is a really good starting point. So once you've done that, you're going to send invitations. This is going to email off each user and they will receive an email that looks something like this. They can accept the invite and then set up their own password, download the app, and then they're able to log in and start using NextMinute. So coming back into NextMinute, once you have done so, you can start adding the labor rates that are assigned to each person. So to do so, you're going to go into sales items in the menu bar and then select labor. Now, these labor rates are what it costs the business per hour to run this employee versus what you're going to charge a customer for them. So, for example, if John Smith goes and works on a job site, how much does it cost you as a business owner per hour versus what are you going to put on the invoice to the customer? So to add in custom labor rates, you press add, give it a name. So I can say this is John Smith's standard rate. I can say it costs me $65 per hour for John to work, but I charge him out $180 per hour. I can then assign this off to John once he has accepted his invitation. Otherwise, for now, I'll just assign to myself and then hit save. So you'll see this has now been added in and you can see my initials next to it, letting me know that this rate has been assigned to myself. And now what will happen is when I go into timesheets, close that. When I go into timesheets, I can say I worked on Tuesday and I worked on this job here and I worked for 5 hours. Hit save. That's added my timesheet in, but when we go into the job section, this unbilled number is now including the 5 hours I just worked at my standard hourly rate of the $65 per hour it's going to cost the business versus the charge out rate. So when we go and create an invoice, I can make sure that the hourly rates are being charged out at the correct time. Now, if someone has multiple charge out rates because they have different tickets that they work at, they might have a confined spaces ticket, for example, you can add, following the same process, you can add as many user rates as you like with different values assigned to them, but you can assign them to one person. So I can open up this hourly rate as well and edit, and then I can also assign that to myself. There you go. And then the same thing when we go and add timesheets in. If I add another timesheet, it's then going to ask me to select which rate I was working at. Now, it is worth noting at this point, only administrator users can see the dollar values. Your basic crew members will never see the buy and sell prices. They just see the title that it's been assigned here. So don't worry, they're not going to see anything you don't want them to unless we give them the access. Hopefully that has explained how you add a new user.